Hey folks, Hardy and the Vstrom on here. Fixing to go off on another ride on the Vstrom, and as you can see, it's a beautiful afternoon. And ain't no telling what I'm going to talk about, but if you're interested in the ride, hang on. Folks, I'm back on here. What am I going to talk about today? Well, man, it's pretty out here, ain't it? Look at that. Yeah, God's country. Anyway, I guess because of the title that I put on this thing, there is a plan, and what I'm talking about on that is there is a plan on what's going on right now, and there is a worldwide plan. There is also a specific plan for the United States. And that plan has been going on now for years. Now I know some people say, well man, you're crazy. There ain't nothing going on other than this country is falling apart. But no, there's a plan. And the plan is in full effect. How many people really paid attention to our elections? How many people really paid attention to what's going on in our country? There's always been some people. Yep, I'll give them credit on that. But I'm talking about in mass. The mass population in the United States, how many of them really paid attention to what was going on in this country? Some of it, I'll give you credit. It's not your fault. Been too bogged down with trying to hold the family down, doing what's right, and you probably don't have enough time to do the things you want, and surely don't have enough time to research things and find out the real information. And it's hard to find real information. The media, and I mean, I know this, you know, I think most of you know I'm an ex-military guy. I was in for quite a while, and I was in some, I don't know, not you know, no Navy SEAL type, none of that kind of stuff. But I was in some special type units that did things unconventionally. And I will say this, because I was involved in enough operations that I do know that every time the United States went somewhere, you know, for military action, and even before military action, but anytime we went anywhere, you know, we did a lot of humanitarian missions. What we did, we always tried to convert the media. We always tried to get the media to sway on our side. And then in military, when it was actually combative type operations, you know, where we actually sent troops in to do, you know, what militaries do. One of the first things that we tried to get control of, I mean, you know, you can go all the way back to World War II on this, is we tried to take control of the media. Because the media is a very powerful tool. And I think we all know that if you listen to the same thing over and over again, you start believing in that same thing. You know, whatever it is, whatever the ideal you want to put out there, a belief. And it's real hard once somebody has been established and taking control of that media. It's really real hard to go against that media. But part of the plan, my friends, is changing that. And the timing is right, because you have different types of media now, different ways of getting information out. And the people that are in control of it, they do stop a lot of it, but they cannot stop all of it. Not anymore. You know, back when all you had was the old boob tube, TV, television, whatever you want to call it. No internet. It was real easy to use those tools right there to get the people thinking one thing when really something else was going on. So it's been happening little by little. It takes a lot of time. You can't change people's minds overnight. And some people are so set in their beliefs that you'll never change their mind. And that's what we're up against. If you're paying attention to what's going on, you can see it. You can actually see what's taking place. And you can tell things are going to change. Now, I don't know how fast they'll change. Maybe little by little, just, you know, year after year. Of course, we know something's going to happen here in the United States, not the too far off future, because we know we have a presidential election coming up. And do you think people are paying attention to that election more than they've ever paid attention to some elections in the past? Oh, yes, they are. They are, and they've used the tools, and I'm talking both sides. They've used the tools of the media to get you to pay attention. And that's what's going on. Everybody is questioning everything, and really they should. So the plan is we the people. If you haven't figured it out, that's what the plan is. That's what the plan is all about. It's to get we the people involved. And the plan is working. More people are awake to what's going on than they ever have been in this country. Other than maybe the Revolutionary War. But let's go back to there for a minute, the Revolutionary War. How many people actually sided with the revolutionary forces? And how many really didn't care or really didn't think it was important that if they were still under British rule? If you go back in the history books, you'll find out that it was less than 5% who actually participated on the American side. You know, at the beginning. You know, eventually people started coming around and supporting it. But it was a very small group. Heck, they had to meet in secret, make their plans in secret, and they still had people amongst them that were traitors. That ended up turning on them, tattletelling, spying, whatever you want to call it. That took place, and that's taking place right now. I'm gonna say something, and a lot of people will, this is when they'll say, oh, you're off your rocker. There's a real war going on. It's not the same type of war, because we're at a new age. Technologies have never been what they are, you know. Now they change constantly, the new things that we can do, things computers can do, telephones can do. But the plan is to get enough people to wake up and see what's going on and to spread the word. Because in this plan, you have to think of the people in control of this. Boy, they're really smart. Now, yeah, I do believe there's some spiritual things going on, and I believe God is in control, and God is making a lot of this stuff happen through people. He always has used people to do what He wanted done. So the timing had to be right. The technology had to be right. Well, we're in the middle of it right now. Yeah, it's a war. And a lot of people, And I'm not saying the guy, but you know, you folks that watch me, I'm not saying you guys, but a lot of people will shut down on you because they do not want to believe anything else than what they know. And it's real hard when somebody has been told over and over again almost everything that's happened during your life. That's just the way it is. But I'm going to tell you a key. Once you find out they lied to you once, and I mean, it ain't very hard to figure that out. You can research all sorts of different topics, and you can find out you were lied to by people you thought were doing good for the country. But once you find out that first lie, you know, when you actually got you some black and white or, you know, hard proof that what they told you ain't true, then it opens your eyes. And another thing that'll open your eyes, and I mean it did for me, but I asked my Lord, I asked him, please Lord, show me what's going on, show me what's the truth. And for some reason, and I was sincere, from that moment on, I've learned so much. Now, I'm not trying to get too religious on here, because to tell you the truth, people that's known me in my past, they be like, no, he's not one of them, because it wasn't. But I mean, in my heart, I always believed in Christ. Always have, always will. But it was that time that I humbled myself and I said, Lord, help me, help us. And I really didn't ask for help for myself. I asked for help for us. Excuse me, folks. Anyway, from that moment on, something changed. And I began to learn things. I began to see things that I couldn't see before. I began to hear things that I couldn't hear before. So folks, not trying to get in too deep on this, but I'm just telling you, there is a plan, and we the people are the plan. And I think I'll end this one at that. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and everybody that follows the channel, anybody that's subscribed, thank y'all. And if you're new, welcome to the channel, and you know, if you think it's something you're interested in, subscribe if you would. And I'll close it out with this. If you know, you know. Y'all take care, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.